Hello, folks, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Hopefully, yeah, things may not necessarily go well here streaming on Twitch, but I'm hoping that they will. Actually, not going to be streaming on YouTube today, so this is actually going to get uploaded to YouTube at some point later, probably tomorrow morning, uh, because I'm still having upload rate issues that I was having with my StarCraft stream the other day, and it looks like I'm probably still having some issues here on Twitch as well, but hopefully it will be manageable. So let's get started. Let's see. In our last episode, we did finally make another trip to the moon, passed by it, and what is this? Oh, those are, I guess that's a mission of some sort, and that's probably a mission too. Okay. Oh, and poor Jeb is probably all the way out here, way beyond our... Wait, there he is. So he's currently 13 billion meters away on his trek into the far outer system. Oh well. One day we'll pick him up again. Alright, so our general plan here today is... Well, for one, I want to land on the moon. And my second objective is at least try and get to Minmus here. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but it's my overall goal. So let's leave the facility, go back, check out our research and development area. Now, we've done several of the different research paths. I do have to upgrade my science facility, though, so that I can end up getting, like, a whole lot more of a science limit. Because right now, that 100 limit is kind of preventing us from doing some of the more advanced research. So, let's pick up a mission, because we're going to need some money. Position satellite in a polar orbit of Kerbin. What does this give us? 86,000 and a little advance. So that's not too bad. Gerardo, welcome to the stream. Or at least I would say welcome. Oh god. So apparently my connection isn't much better on Twitch. But that's why I'm recording, so hopefully, yeah, hopefully I'll at least be able to upload this to YouTube later on. Alright, so let's see. We got position satellite in a polar orbit. Build a new unmanned probe that has an antenna and can generate power. Reach the designated polar orbit around Kerbin within reasonable deviation. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. Okay, I suppose we can... Well, within, let's see, 11 million, so within 200,000 meters. Or, 200 kilometers. I think we can do that. We just gotta get it set up, I guess. Alright. And thank you for the follow, Gerardo. Even though you already follow me on YouTube. Alright, what do we want to do here? I guess that polar orbit is probably our best bet, so we'll accept that. There's also a position satellite in a specific orbit of the moon. Let's see. How much for this one? 135,000. Gives us a good time to do it. So let's we'll wait on that. Let's do the one that we need to do for this polar orbit first, which I'm assuming is this one. The reaction system's limited? Or is it this one? Actually, you know what? I almost want to say that it's this one, the Zaltonic electronics. Let's see. Oh. Mission control. Active. So it is the Zaltonic one, and it's, yeah, the weird orbit. Okay. Well, then what's that other... KEOSYNCHRONOUS orbit of Kerbin. So this one will be easier, and that one is 130,000. Alright, so let's pick that one up first, then. Alright, so doing a probe here, we have the Stay Putnik. That takes 1.7 a minute. The Probodyne takes 1.2. I think we'll go with the Probodyne. Let's see. So we need a materials bay on the probe, an antenna, and then that's pretty much it. And obviously a means to produce power on it, I suppose. I don't really want to do that. Let's see. That's a little large. Alright, so there's the basics for our probe. We probably want to give it a little fuel tank to get it moving while it's in orbit. Oh, it needs a materials bay as well. I keep wanting to forget that. Wait, materials bay, is that... So is that this thing? I think that's what that thing is. Let me test this out real quick here. Gerardo asks, what do you need to make? So I need to make something... Okay, so it is a materials bay with the Science Junior. Okay, so my first mission here is we are making a satellite that has to go into KEOSYNCHRONOUS orbit, however they pronounce, or whatever that is, of Kerbal. So it needs to have a materials bay, it needs to generate power, and other than that, it's pretty much good. So we're going to... Oh, it needs an antenna too. Duh. Let's set this up like that. And just for the hell of it, should I plan this to return back? I don't think I really need to have it return back, I don't think. So we'll just, well, first I should probably look and see that this thing does have a small reaction wheel. I kind of want to add something better, because that thing's a much better reaction wheel. So we'll actually turn this off. Or maybe we can keep it. Okay, there we go. Reaction wheel is disabled. Add our coupling here. Alright, so theoretically, if we get this thing into orbit, it should be good enough for us. Should I add a couple more of these things? They're relatively cheap, so you know what, I'll do that. That way we have enough power for all of this mess. Let's see now. Suppose we could go with this one? No, this one. I think there's a middle ground thruster here, or maybe not. So I guess we're going straight to the Rockomax size. We have the skipper. I guess the skipper is probably our most powerful engine that we have here. Let me check the mass. I'm a little concerned. Let me actually reduce that. And then hopefully this thing's not gonna just tip over like some of our previous rockets have. We'll also add a couple solid rocket boosters. Alright, I think we are ready to go, so we'll call this the probe launcher. Theoretically, this will work out. If not, well, we'll have to go from there. Alright, SAS is on, and we'll set throttle to max just to start us out. So I'm going to start it out trying to gradually turn this thing, as a few people have suggested before, kind of from the 1,000-meter mark start turning. Not entirely sure if this is actually going to work out right, but so far not too bad. No, 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 no. That's what I was afraid of. Let's revert this. Call it Saturn V. This is not big enough to be a Saturn V. No, the Saturn V was like a behemoth rocket. Alright, let's try putting that down towards the middle. And hopefully this thing isn't going to topple on us again. Gerardo says, you must fail to learn. I do plenty of failing already. Alright, so far so good. We haven't lost the whole thing, so let's go to full throttle. And hopefully this thing has enough power to reach orbit. Although unfortunately, using just this probe core, we're kind of limited on the scope of the different, I guess, stability and prograde and that sort of thing options that we have with our SAS system. Alright, reaction systems limited. I think that's the one that we're working on right now. Oh, actually, okay, so the polar orbit of Kerbin is this big one, right? Hold on. Let me slow things down a little. Yeah, the polar orbit should be the big one. This one. Yeah, because that's 11 million, right? Yeah, 11 million. Okay. So we are working on the position satellites and KEOSYNCHRONOUS orbits of Kerbin. Whatever KEOSYNCHRONOUS means. And we're doing good on electric charge. So my general goal will wait until we get closer to the apoapsis, and then from there we should be able to speed us up and get into a proper orbit. I've been doing some testing in sandbox mode to figure out a better way to do, I guess, orbits and that sort of thing, and I think I have this set up pretty well. So wait generally about to 15 seconds, and go full blast with the rocket engine. And you generally want to stay behind the apoapsis, but you want to keep the time about 15 seconds. If it moves up a little, that's fine. If it moves up too much, you kind of want to slow it down. Almost there. Again, I'm not entirely sure if this is the most effective way to establish an orbit, but it seems to work relatively well for me, so. Alright, so we're effectively in orbit now. Next step is eventually we want to change up our nodes and that sort of thing. Although I suppose probably expand out our apoapsis a little bit. Actually, slow this down for a moment. Add maneuver. Expand that out. And then if I add another maneuver, that should... that actually way messes it up. Alright, is there a way that I can sort of select this orbit? Not really. Fudge. Oh well. I miss having all my YouTube people giving me advice on this because this is way over my head. Alright, let's try this again. And this time I'm going to aim to have my apoapsis just around like the 75,000 meter mark. And then go from there. No! Ah, fudge! You think this is hard? Think of the guys at NASA who have to spend months trying to figure out spacecraft orbits. Well, nowadays I think they probably have a lot of computers that help them out. I did try to download MechJeb earlier to see if that would help me out, but I don't think I got it. I don't think it's been updated for the latest version of Kerbal Space Program. So I don't think it would help me out. Like, I tried to use it for doing a mission, or not a mission, but like just to sort of guide my rocket a little bit, and I don't know, I just ended up flying in circles, then crashed. It wasn't fun. Alright. Well, we surpassed our solid rocket boosters this time. That's a start. But yeah, I will say, however, the old astronauts and mission planners and all that figured out how to do missions. Oh, I heard explosions and I was like, what's going on? I don't know what that was from, but it wasn't me. But yeah, however they figured out how to do the old missions by, like, you know, without advanced computers is completely beyond me. Alright, so that's about the 77,000 mark. So we'll warp there. Also, I have like 19 warnings from the Streamlabs OBS saying that I've had dropped frames and all that. That is just pitiful. So I really don't know what's going on with my internet. It should eventually clear up because it's cleared up in the past, but I really don't like it. Not at all. Alright. We'll turn this around. We're almost at the point. And full speed. The only bad thing about doing this at a lower orbit is we need a lot more speed to actually enter orbit. Come on. Don't fall back into the atmosphere, for the love of... Alright, so we should be good now. Alright, let's take a look. So I'm looking on Google again to try and get some of this figured out. Because it looks like some of the stuff previously used to figure out geostationary orbits is makes use of like MechJeb or another one of those add-ons to help out. But I should not have to rely upon that, damn it. Okay, maybe I can cheat. I hate having to cheat, but... sometimes you just need a little something. I'm not looking for any major cheats. I just need to figure out, like... just all of what's going on here. It's not database. That didn't really provide. If I can talk, that didn't really provide me much in the way of useful information. Because yeah, it looks like in this one tutorial, they're using something called Flight Engineer as a mod to help figure that out. I am completely lost here. I wish I had some of my people who knew this game much better on to help me out, because, oh god. Alright, let's see. That does not seem to be moving it the way that I want it to move. Maybe... Maybe if I did the maneuver here? That doesn't really do it. Okay, these maneuvers aren't really doing what I need them to do either. Okay, let's try plan out of expanding out the periapsis to that 226 whatever. Close enough. Okay. Now we wanted to move this thing. That almost does it. It also almost takes us completely out of the system. Actually, no, it only looks like it almost does it. It really doesn't. That one kinda looks like it. Very close. Okay. I think we have this figured out. So let's warp to our next point. If this doesn't work, I give up. Good night, Gerardo. Thanks for watching. Alright, so we've made it all the way over here. Let's burn here. Well, still not perfect, but hopefully this gets us to where we need to be. And this time, because we're a little bit further out, I'm actually going to wait until I'm actually at the node to burn. Because I noticed just from that previous maneuver, either because I didn't completely go the last few meters per second, or maybe because it went too early, that it didn't quite match up. Alright, it looks like we go almost directly into where the descending node is. Well, let's go to the next one, I guess. Oh, this is an utter mess. It really is. Alright, folks. So, I think I've figured out what I was doing wrong. So if you look at the little orbital line that's going through here, I tried to look at it before, but somehow I missed it. It's going in a in a clockwise position. And I noticed from all my other orbits, my orbits are going counterclockwise. So I actually ended up going into orbit the wrong way. So I kind of ended up using the cheat mechanic and got me into the right inclination, and then that's when I noticed that I was going the wrong way. But I am going the right way now, so hopefully once I bring this section over to where the apoapsis is, we will be good. I hope anyways. Because I'm ready to be done with this mission. Almost there. Now we finally reached the designated KEOSYNCHRONOUS orbit. Gotta maintain stability for 10 seconds, which means not moving or anything. And we are finally done with the mission, thank God. Alright, so highlights from all of that mess. I completely went into orbit the wrong way. And I'm assuming that's... Okay, so like for this orbit, you're supposed to go counterclockwise. So I guess the moral of the story is figure out which way you're supposed to go on the mission before you do the mission, and then make sure you go into orbit the right way. Another thing too that I noticed was when I was doing the ascending node and descending node stuff, that I was like about 180 degrees off. So I don't know if that was indicative of me, like even though it lined up correctly, it could be that it showed 180 degrees because I was going the wrong way. So that could have been an indication of what I had done wrong as well. But yeah, folks, that is going to be it. Yeah, it was quite a mess trying to figure all that out. I had to go around on various forums, and I think I found it. Where did I find the answer to this question here? It looks like I think I learned it on Steam. There was a posting on Steam that had some of the information. Alright, like one person posted, named Bubba Fett, said if your inclination is around 170 degrees, you're pretty much in a retrograde orbit, and you should be doing your launch towards the west instead of the east, I guess. So, alright folks, well, that is going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you haven't already. I know this is going to be a little shorter of an episode, and I'm going to edit down a lot of the filler parts where I was completely lost. But other than that, if you have any comments on the difficulties that I had here, definitely please share them in the comments below. As you can see, I need all the help I can get in this game. So, alright folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.